How is he going to win over women voters when that's what is flooding the airwaves? And women are critical to this election. Joining me right now, Libre Initiative National Spokesperson Rachel Campos Duffy, along with Democratic strategist Jessica Tarlov. It's a great ad.
It's a fabulous ad. Yeah.
How does he win over women when he's going to be continued to be painted in that way? And by the way, Rachel, using his own words.
Listen, ugly stuff to say, but let's not all clutch our pearls here. Our kids are exposed to a heck of a lot worse on the internet. We know how coarse the culture is. And Hillary, you know, pals around with Beyonce and Jay-Z and people who call women the B word. I just think that it's effective somewhat, but this culture is pretty crass, and she is hardly a great role model. He could do the same ad showing her calling people, you know, bimbos and trailer trash, people who were frankly victims of her husband's predatory behavior.
I think that Rachel has a good point. I mean, I look at this as a woman. I still naively, I've told the viewers this before, I believed him when he got up there and said, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. It's because I wanted to believe him.
Right.
I wanted to believe him for the sake of him, for the sake of Monica Lewinsky, for the sake of our country, and for the sake of his marriage. And I still do not understand how someone can stay with someone all those years, knowing how he treated a young girl, and then turn around and be part of that machine that goes after her. I mean, to me, that is not a friend to women.
Words versus action. And by the way, can I just say, I want to give you a chance, Jessica. Nobody has defiled the White House more than, or in the Oval Office, more than the Clintons.
I mean, okay. So what I would say to all of this is that I think it's an extremely powerful ad. None of us are wearing pearls right now. We've heard a lot of things. We haven't heard words like that out of a presidential candidate at this point. We have a historic gender gap right now. We were just talking about this, right? He's up 19 with women. She's up 19 with women. He's up 19 with men. What Donald Trump needs to try to do is to close the gap. He's never going to get anywhere near parity on this, and that means going after independents, these suburban moms, and that's running on national security and the economy, and that's what he needs to stick to. He needs to stay away from stuff like this, because you can say whatever you want about Bill Clinton, but relitigating the 1990s, like we talked about in the last segment with Jennifer Flowers, it's not going to be effective. People want to see, what are you doing today to keep me safe and to put money in my pocket? Now, why this is a great ad by the Clintons, though, just one more thing, is because she needs to rile up the base. She needs to make people more enthusiastic about her candidacy, and Democrats overwhelmingly do not like things like this, and they don't like Donald Trump's character. So this makes people think, I better get to the polls, because I don't want that kind of man in the Oval Office. So that's what I think it is. I don't think it's getting any converts, but I think it's keeping Democrats and independents who are left-leaning engaged.
And I think the reason that I bring up the 90s is, you know, the messenger matters, right? So if she had, you know, a clean hand in this, I think her message would be, have more resonance. And I think when people relate it back to the Clintons, it just loses some of its power.
The security thing, though, I think you're onto something. I think, you know,
security
women,
and economy.
You know, we want to feel secure, and we want to know that our kids have a future.
Absolutely.
Part of that's
that they're not going to go to the mall and get shot.
I mean, exactly. That's absolutely it. And the economics matter too. And it's, again, what have you done for me lately? She said already that she is going to continue the policies of the Obama administration. Just look at the economy. There has been no growth. How can you tell me
there
make
has
life
been some
better?
growth. We know that the median household income went up $2,800 last year. We also know that 2/3 of people on minimum wage are women, and a lot of them are supporting their households on their own now.
Now, so he's actually come up with an interesting and innovative plan to combat that, which actually a lot of conservatives might take issue with, because it also includes a credit for a stay-at-home mom. Rachel, by the way, I don't know if everybody knows that she has and just had her 8th child. I remember your little baby in Cleveland at the convention, because you were there with your husband, and she's got 8 kids. So you'd get quite a credit.
Yeah, I would say, well, actually, he caps out at 4. I have a little bone to pick with him on that one. But I will say, I was an at-home mom, you know, exclusively for 14 years, and that credit, to me as a woman, meant a lot. Even though now I work, I would say that meant a lot to me as a woman. It said that guy really appreciates and understands the hard work that's done of so many at-home moms. I haven't seen anything like that come out.
Well, that's not true. I mean, Hillary Clinton, you can look at her plan. It's all on her website for a lot longer than Donald Trump's. The
Why
problem
isn't she
with the
talking
child
about
care
it?
credit plan is,
Why
first
isn't
of
she
all,
talking about
he
it?
only covers mothers. He doesn't cover fathers, and he doesn't even cover fathers who are in a gay relationship, which we have same-sex marriage in this country.
It's maternity leave. If you've had a baby, you understand.
There are a lot of people who disagree with you on that.
Well, no. Having had 3 babies,
it takes
one
time.
set of twins, so actually I've only gone through this twice. But there's a recovery time
There is a
involved.
recovery
and as
time.
a woman, yes, bonding, I get that. And, you know, if you're adopting a child, you want that bonding experience. But there's actually a physical recovery
and you have to establish breastfeeding and all kinds of stuff.
I'm penalized because I haven't had a child, but I do understand the policies, and his is not as good as hers.
Very much. Good to have you guys here.